Where do you put your energy into? Where do you put your whole being into? When you put it into your prayers or you put it into the Torah learning that we're engaged in now, meaning it's vital to you, so it's vital to every part of your being, you won't forget the learning. You will not only won't forget it, but it is embedded in the fiber of your being. The holiness is a part of you, and it affects you in tremendous ways as a result. So we're learning, Baruch Hashem, every day, and which is amazing. Now I know sometimes people have other obligations, so could be that you're working, and in your work, nonetheless, you are learning. So sometimes you can't give your full undivided attention and energy into the learning, which is understandable sometimes because of our situation. But where is our koch in Yiddish? And was kocht man? And what are we cooked up about in life? What are we cooked up about? Where is our energy going? So when it's going into a mitzvah, when it's going into our Torah study, what it means is we're taking the energy of our animal soul and transforming it, that it becomes now holy. So the energy is powerful. We need the energy of the animal soul. We call it an animal. Animal is powerful. So there's something great about it. We think sometimes of the animal soul, well, it's the negative side of me. Yes, and when I use it in negative activity, of course. If I use it in places that are, not where I should be passionate and cooked up about, no doubt, then it's a negative force. But no, it can be steered into an amazing force when we recognize it, like a bull in a china shop. So yeah, that's a bit of a challenge. But when you harness the bull, it can plow something that we couldn't do otherwise. It can transform the earth into something that can contain life. So the same thing, our animal soul. When we can harness it and use it out in its full measure, the power that it has, the energy that it has, right? It's being now inspired by the divine soul to use its energy, to use the energy in a mitzvah. So now you've transformed that possible negative energy into something that is divine and beautiful. So we need to be passionate. The passion, when it's directed from the godly soul, taking the passion of the animal soul and directing it in a proper way, oh, is that beautiful? That's beautiful. I was with someone yesterday who's got a very powerful animal soul, but is directing it in such an amazing way. Someone, very strong. That's, a docile animal soul may not be such a good thing. It may be less to work with, less of a challenge sometimes. But sometimes because we have such a powerful animal soul, right, and we feel, oh my gosh, I'm overtaken by its negativity, so we are kind of down. down on ourselves. No. Recognize that this is a great opportunity, a great opportunity that I can use that energy, that power, and harness it and do a mitzvah. So it actually, which is the opposite of how we think. We think of the negativity in us. We just kind of got to push it away. And yes, in thought, speech, and action, we do. Right? A negative thought comes up, push it away. You want to say something that's nasty, bite your tongue. You want to do something that's wrong, desist. Absolutely true. But the energy of that, not as it vests itself in thought, speech, and action and negativity and inappropriate behavior, not that, but the power of that could be utilized. And when you utilize that power in a mitzvah, wow. So it's a different way to look at ourselves then. In that energy that we have of the animal soul. It's vitality. Yeah, it stems from klipa, and that's what makes it so powerful. But I harness it and I use it in such a manner. It's beautiful. Beautiful. All right. We have some questions here. Laurie, bring peace between men and part of the morning prayer. Yes. Yes. Davida, why do we have to keep checking the kosher scroll of the mezuzah if it has Hashem's presence? Shouldn't that be permanent? And what if something happened to the scroll, right? A letter got faded or something else, so the presence of God won't be there. So therefore, that's why we check it. Okay. Okay. David, is it true that a bracha over water raises the water? Yeah, we're going to be talking about that. Yeah, no, that's not today. That'll be tomorrow. Okay, any other questions? Any other comments? So, a healthy way to look at it, at ourselves, and to be able to use ours, to harness our energy. Okay. All right, folks. It's Purim. It's in the air. It's time to celebrate. Denise is asking, isn't politics part of Torah when appointing leaders concerning that which Hashem desires? That's different. Yeah. That's different. When the Torah tells us to appoint leaders, that's not politics, though. That's Torah. You know what I mean? Politics means that you have your agenda, your political agenda. Well, that's what happens when you get into power, at least. You have your political agenda that you want to fulfill. And what happens when you get into power, that political agenda means staying in power. That's why you always got to look at the polls and see where the people are holding so you can do things that will be fitting to what people are okay about. Right? So that's our truth. That's right. Mm-hmm. Okay. All right, folks. Actually, I must leave right now. Can't entertain any more questions or comments. Tomorrow we will continue, God willing. I'm Rabbi Ronnie Fine, coming to you from Chabad, Zich and Kadesh in Montreal, Canada. It's a privilege and a